Hello, I am Elena, a passionate wildlife photographer and a true lover of the African bush. During numerous self-drive safaris, I explored Africa's breathtaking landscapes and its extraordinary wildlife. Now I'm excited to invite you to join me on my latest adventure through the stunning wilderness of Botswana and Zimbabwe. The first part of our journey was complete, and we were now heading to Hwange National Park in Zimbabwe. The first stop was Kazane. From Maun to Kazane is a 600-kilometer drive along a tarred road, with a short bumpy section between Gweta and Nata. The drive took us about 7 hours, and we arrived in Kazane just as the sun began its descent toward the horizon. We booked a night at Low Safari Lodge, a familiar and favorite spot. Its convenient location between a fuel station, Nando's and ShopRite made it ideal for a quick stopover. The lodge offers self-catering cottages with covered parking spaces right next to each cottage. Crossing the border into Zimbabwe the next day took longer than expected, not due to issues with the hungry immigration officer, but because of the many tour groups. Each traveler required an individual receipt, and visas had to be glued into passports. After over an hour at the border, we were relieved to be back on the road and excited to reach Kapula. We made a stop at Pick n Pay in Victoria Falls, a well-stocked supermarket with a shaded secure parking area monitored by guards. I highly recommend it for stocking suppliers. From Victoria Falls we drove to Kapula, stopping at Robin's camp to pay our park fees. The drive took about 3 hours, and we were eager to continue our adventure. After a long drive, we arrived at Masuma Dam. Of course, we couldn't pass Masuma Dam without stopping for a break. Time seems to stand still as sunlight dances on the water's surface. Elephants basked in the cool waters, savoring every moment of the precious liquid. One playful baby elephant stole the show, splashing joyfully at the golden rays reflected of the water around it. It warmed our hearts and reminded us why we love this place so much. As the day quickly drew to a close, we planned our next day adventure, visiting the lion's favorite spots like Masuma Bridge. For orientation, here's a Kapula South Camp with its waterhole, Kapula North Camp with its waterhole, Masuma Dam, and the bridge where the lions are often spotted. And true to plan, early the next morning we encountered a stunning male lion on the bridge. We followed him for a while. We captured some photos as he paused briefly before heading toward Kapula. Later we found him near Kapula North camp. It was time for a coffee break on the deck at Kapula. The heat of the day was intense, and all living creatures sought refuge in the shade.
The green bush, and then this thing is like a brownie bush, and it's in the way of the middle where I think he was.
From the deck, we scanned the bushes, hoping to spot our lion once again. Yesterday we arrived to Kapula private camp in Zimbabwe, Hwange National Park. And today in the morning we had already very good, very nice sightings of a male lion. And today is 42 degrees Celsius, very hot. And yes, we are thinking to make a small game drive. So here's our tent, and here are the elephants going away from the waterhole. Here's a waterhole just in front of the camp, in front of our tent, so you can see, yeah. And behind, so there is a platform or a deck where you can sit and watch the animals to come to drink. At night we put trail cameras, and there was a leopard coming to the water basin for the birds to drink. So it's about 10 meters from here. Oh, here's the Elisa coming. Here is a bird basin I mentioned earlier. While it primarily serves the birds, other animals also find it useful. We managed to capture some beautiful bird photographs. At night it seems to turn into a hyena party spot. With the occasional leopard making a guest appearance, though not always from the most photogenic angle. Let me give you a quick tour of Kapula camp. There is a waterhole opposite the deck, the bird basin, tents 4, 1 and 2. Tent 3 set slightly apart. The main deck, the fireplace and the kitchen. Oh, here's the kitchen. So here's the kitchen of Kapula private camp. So you can see here's a fridge and a freezer here, and a lot of place to put your stuff. For example, here, this stuff, or into the boxes. Gas stoves, 2 of them. Yeah, and everything is here. Everything what you need. So you need to lock the door because there is one baboon, his name Short Tail. He can open everything. So he can open kitchen, he can open zip and your tent and get this food. We booked 3 nights at Kapula camp, but it felt far too short. Elephants coming to drink. From our tent number 2, we could see the waterhole. One morning I stepped outside and found a lioness standing just 20 meters away. So Kapula camp tent, sorry for the mess, but the tent is nice. Shower and a toilet and a small wardrobe. So Kapula has a south camp and a north camp. We are now in the south camp. The south camp has 4 tents and you can book each tent separately. And in the north camp also 4 tents, but you can book only whole camp or a half a camp. There is nobody at the moment at the north camp and we are going to put our trails cameras there. Later that afternoon we went on another game drive, hoping to spot our lion near north camp. Though we didn't find him, we were rewarded with a breathtaking African sunset. What the wildlife camera captured in North Camp overnight will be revealed in the next episode. Stay tuned!